I'm now going to invite our dignitaries on the dais. The first person I'm going to invite is known as the father of modern financial derivatives in India. He was part of the startup team for National Stock Exchange, and he's one of the foremost experts on financial market policies, microstructure information technology, organized retail, telecommunications, and much more. He's also been CEO of a cricket team. May I now welcome Mr. Ashish Chauhan, MD and CEO of BSE. Please welcome with a round of applause. We also present a bouquet of flowers to him. I'm now going to invite a person with over 30 years of experience in the financial markets across the globe. He's worked in US, UK, and now in Asia for the last decade or so. He's worked with McKinsey & Company, Warburg Pincus, and now is the managing director of UTI AMC. Please welcome Mr. Leopuri. Last but not the least, I'm going to invite another person who's got over 2.5 decades of experience in financial services, worked across banking, insurance, and asset management. He's also one of the founders of the SIP concept in the country. Please put your hand together for Mr. Suraj Kaile, Group President, Sales and Marketing for UTI AMC. You know, today in this August venue, BSE is the leading stock exchange of the country and has had an interesting and eventful history, which is as colorful and interesting as UTI Mutual Fund. Both of them have a pioneering legacy of many firsts. So it's our proud privilege in some sense to partner with it. S&P BSE SENSEX is a benchmark equity index, which people look forward to for the health of the economy. We decided to leverage it and launch a product, and that's what we want to celebrate today, which is the UTI SENSEX ETF. And before we start the proceedings, I want to invoke all the positivity in the room by lighting the lamp ceremony. And may I request the dignitaries to help light the lamp. Thank you. Now may I request Mr. Ashish Chauhan to give his opening remarks and a welcome address, please.
Shri Leo Puri, Shri Nilay, friends, ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor and privilege to be in front of you today. The launch of the UTI SENSEX ETF, it's a momentous occasion for BSE and also a momentous occasion for UTI. There was a time when UTI was the only mutual fund. UTI was, when you talked about mutual fund, that was only UTI for a very long period. And UTI has served this nation with dignity and tremendous elan. I'm sure going forward, it will continue to serve India and Indian investors with much more distinction. There was a time when stock market meant BSE. Today, of course, the person who started talking, the compare also mentioned NSE, so times have changed for UTI and times have changed for BSE. We have to respect times and continue to work hard for what we need to achieve the past glory. And under Mr. Leo Puri, there is a lot of efforts from UTI. BSE is also trying to regain the past glory. It is now the fastest exchange in India with 200 microseconds response time. It's around 10 times faster than the competition. In stock markets, technology is the differentiator, which is true with mutual funds also. But in next couple of months, if you are lucky and if you are able to get things done, then we will be actually improving our response time from 200 microseconds to 20 microseconds. So that's going to be perhaps the fastest exchange in the world, as and when, in case we are able to sort of pull it through. The Sensex is what I call the barometer of nation's mood in terms of economy. Most of us remember when our firstborn was born and what was the Sensex then. And we were in college, what was Sensex then. And many of our lives, important occasions, we look at what was Sensex then. And that is how it is part of life. As I say, that the way the God is there in everyone's heart, Sensex is there in every investor's heart. It's part of our life. And somewhere on the line, today, BSE is becoming a huge mutual fund powerhouse. Around 5 years back, we started distributing mutual funds on the exchanges as per the new SEBI regulations. Despite various efforts by many other organizations, somehow BSE has taken lead. And sir, last month, that is in month of August, on one single day, we did around 50,000 order routings on to mutual fund industry on one single day. It is larger than any other platform you have seen till now. And every day we are getting huge number of distributors, whether they have multiple distributors under them or individuals, connecting into a BSE. And we think if India has to progress, if it has to create the jobs that it needs to, around 1.5 crore new jobs every year for next 20 years, it has to start utilizing the savings in the economy, in channelized into productive capital. Trading for the sake of trading, however exciting it may look, may not be the answer to what India needs. And stock exchanges have to stand up and be counted. They have to actually become places for channelizing investments and not for the trading. Trading is a secondary part, we call it secondary market. But somehow, the secondary market or even tertiary market has become the only market, and channelizing saving part has been forgotten by most. We need to bring back that, and now that government has decided to invest even the EPFO money and also the Provident Fund money, I think it's right time to invest in what people know for investments, that is Sensex. Sensex started in 1985, but with a base of 1979. That time it was 100. Today, it is close to 27,000. It has given 270 times return, 27,000% returns in last 35 years. Everyone remembers Sensex, and I am sure UTI will also remember Sensex more than Nifty, although I created Nifty. So my best luck, my best wishes to UTI and all the distributors and also people who are associated with UTI for this momentous step they have taken. And hopefully it will be more Sensex and less other things. So thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, sir. I think what you mentioned, that both the organizations cannot rest on their past laurels and have to continuously redefine themselves to remain contextually relevant, is a valid point. And I think with the collaboration of both the organizations in creating more access to the capital markets, the day is not far when there'll be a little bit of UTI and Sensex in every Indian household. With that, I'll invite Mr. Leo Puri to share his thoughts on the market and this product specifically.
Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you, Ashish, for hosting us this event. We are, of course, very, very proud that we are launching Sensex ETF today. I think the Sensex must be one of the most iconic indices anywhere in the world. In fact, not just in India, where it goes without saying, but you can pretty much talk to people anywhere in the world. And it was therefore obviously imperative for us as we thought about taking this step that pretty much one of the first things we would have to have available is a Sensex ETF. It will resonate extremely well with households across India. It's, of course, immediately understood by institutions in India. And I think in time, of course, we hope that as cross-border flows increase, we would even think of offering this elsewhere as well in the very near future too. So it's an important occasion for us. I think this trend of beginning to bring a retail investor into capital markets, which EPFO has catalyzed. I think we all understand that stimulus in many ways has been provided by EPFO in consultation with the Ministry of Finance, deciding that some part of pension assets, which is some part of your and my long-term savings, are now going to come into the equity markets. And this is a very, very major step because many people who may not have had direct exposure to the equity market are going to acquire now indirect exposure. Of course, the responsibility on all of us is quite high in that process. But I think the ETF, being a diversified product, being a very low-cost product, and being extremely transparent in the sense that at any point of time you understand where its value is and you can trade it pretty much online and real time, offers a lot of comfort, I should say. And I'm sure that over the medium term, it will establish itself as a platform of choice. We also do expect a lot of retail investors to start to join this process. Institutions, certainly, provident funds, other trust organizations will make use of this product. But eventually, I think households too will start to participate. We will look forward to working with you to help stimulate that. And I thought I'd also take this opportunity to thank the BSE for all the initiatives it is taking with regard to supporting the mutual fund industry in general. I think the BSE does have, of course, a unique legacy of its relationships with intermediaries and brokers, wealth managers, which remains unparalleled today, which is a very important segment and will remain a very important segment for the mutual fund industry, and which for UTI, of course, is very specially important, given that in many ways we help bring the IFAs into existence going back over the last 50 years. So we do appreciate those efforts, and I think we will make some effort on our part also to support you more visibly and strongly as you make those investments and as you launch those initiatives. So thank you. It's an important day for us, and we're very, very happy to share it with you here in this historic hall. Thank you.
May I now request Mr. Ashish Chauhan to present a small memento to Mr. Leo Puri. There's another memento for Suraj as well. May I now request Mr. Puri to reciprocate the gesture on behalf of UTI? I'll now invite Mr. Kelly to offer the closing remarks and a vote of thanks. After this. Let's bring it first. So may I now request the dignitaries to celebrate today's day of trading and listing of UTI SENSEX ETF by ringing the gong. So experience low-cost investing, it's now listed on the BSE. Today we had a fair bit of trading volumes. Now may I request Suraj to offer the closing remarks.
Thanks, Gaurav, and good evening, everyone. And thanks very much to all the dignitaries on the dais, my friends and colleagues who have joined us to celebrate this momentous day. ETF were launched in India in early 2000, but a lot of people have asked me this question that why do you believe that this will now take off in the country? And as we launched our ETF, it really set me on a journey on why this product is so attractive. Why is it that this product is one of the favorites amongst investors in global markets, and why in India, probably we'll also get there. So if you look at the global markets, this product is close to about $3 trillion. It's more than the hedge fund industry at the moment, and hedge funds are known for their active management. So many times I do share with a lot of my friends that passive management, as done by indices, is also a very powerful tool. And think about it, if you want to participate in the growth of this country and the kind of reach BSE has, right, with as little as 280 rupees today, because that's the unit value of the Sensex ETF, you can really participate in the growth of this country. So even the smallest investor, can start coming in and participating in this kind of a product. So I do believe that technology does wonderful things, and one of the wonders has been ETFs, because it addresses the core concern of investors. They want to participate, a lot of retail investors with small amounts, and they want to know the price at which they are buying something. So in open-ended funds, we give you a closing NAV, and so obviously at times, you may think the market is low, but it recovers in the last half an hour or so, and you don't get the price at which you were intending to come in. And the added benefit here is that the expense ratio in this fund is as low as 7 basis points. Sometimes I feel you're getting index for free. That's the way the product has been created. So with all these benefits, with the support of the government, by encouraging the institutional pension market to participate again in large cap index stocks and using ETFs as one of their core offerings, I will not be surprised that this category actually becomes one of the largest going forward. So, of course, I don't want to take too much of your time today. We've had, great presence of all of you here, and I'm sure I'm looking forward to work with everyone here, to make the BSE SENSEX ETF a real torchbearer of the ETFs in the country. So, thank you very much for joining once again, and look forward to, keep working with all of you. Thanks.
Thank you once again for your patience, and that concludes the ceremony for the day. I'll now invite our friends from media if they want to interact with the dignitaries. Meanwhile, join us for some high tea and snacks. Thank you.